Okay, so this video is going to be about my personal experience with Watership Down and a bit about why I love it so much and how the reason why I love it so much has actually changed a bit. So, first time I read Watership Down, I'm very bad at remembering dates and time periods for things like this, so everything's going to be very vague because I just don't remember. So, first time I read it, late elementary school or middle school, I'm not sure which one. I absolutely loved it, and it's we're going with the first one here, the adventure. Just everything that happened. I was so invested the whole time, and it was just completely captivating. And I mean, especially my favorite part, which this hasn't changed. What my favorite part is that that ending to part one, which is just so good. And just, yeah. So then this strange thing happened. I tried to reread it, and I don't know why, but like about this was like a few years after, right? It wasn't immediately. I tried to reread it. But and about like 2 or 3 chapters in, I just didn't, I don't know why, but I just didn't really feel it. And it's really funny to looking back now where I am with Watership Down now to think how I thought at the time was, wow, I did have a truly amazing first read through of it, but I guess that's what I'm going to get, and that's all I'm going to get out of it. That didn't happen, but that's genuinely what I thought for a long time. Now, the funny thing is, I don't even remember my second read through that well, which is weird because it was huge. It was the one that kept me going, and I really haven't stopped with Watership Down since that second read through. But what I think drew me towards the book, especially the second round read through, was the rabbits. Just their individual characters so much. My favorite character the first time reading through was Hazel, and the second time reading through, I think the second time reading through, maybe not, but I think the second time reading through, and definitely now, is Pipkin. I want to make a Pipkin video so much, but yeah, I just loved these characters so much, and it was so focused on them, and it's just like, wow, these are such great characters. And then listing these as 2 and 3 is different is like sort of cheating because they didn't really, it was like sort of continuous, but I'm gonna say that. So after that, I didn't immediately go read it a third time. I eventually did, but what I did before reading it a third time was I just kept reading. I did a lot of reading individual chapters. That ending to part 1 I read so many times, right? And then I've also read Elrera stories a lot, including especially the Black Rabbit. That's probably my second favorite chapter now. I really like that story now, and yeah, and I just spent so much time thinking about it, and when thinking about it, it's just, I loved the world so much, like everything. That's what I really got with this, and including a third read through that eventually did happen, but honestly more so with reading these individual chapters, how like everything felt in place, everything felt so real. And it's like it feels like he must have met a talking rabbit at some point, right? Because like this talking rabbit society seems so specific and so real, and it's a talking rabbit society, but it just yeah. So that's, I think the main point I'm trying to make with this whole video is that it's just everything, it's just reading it more has led to me discovering more I love about it, right? Like on the surface, it's this really great adventure story. And then you dig a little deeper and you're like, wow, these are really engaging characters. And really dig deeper, it's like, wow, this is really thought out. Like, this actually makes sense if you think about it. Unlike there are some stories that I do enjoy that don't make sense if you think about them. But in my opinion, Watership Down really does, and it's just everything comes together. It's so great on the surface, but then you keep looking and there's more really great stuff to find there. And so yeah, just amazing book, and that's why I love it. And maybe that'll convince you to read it. You should read it if you haven't. And yeah.